You're listening to The Angry Designer, where we cut through the industry bull to help frustrated graphic designers survive and thrive.
Well, let's start with their usual busy day, huh, Sean? How busy was it? Wow, it was... I think everybody's kind of sick and tired of hearing us complain about how by the middle of the week
I know it is insane though. We're absolutely, it's agency life.
You know what? We actually took on a job that we're insane to take on. Okay, because it was like way too big of a job, way too small of a timeline.
Yep.
And it's not like the client didn't know this already. They literally said, we know you can do it. You are the only ones that could do this. And the shitty thing is, it's like a lot of this is, I get it, right? But it involves so much expert learning outside of our normal scope that it's just like, holy it's like...
It's a big project.
And it involves so many other aspects. It's not just design, it's design, it's copywriting, it's planning, it's research.
Yeah.
Then it's like the build out, like it's insane. Honestly, I don't even know. But again, this is just one of those things that it's just like, bring it on. Like we have the skill set.
Yeah, we can totally do
We have this. So it's just a matter of if time is the only fact, if time is the worst part about it, fine. You know what? Then let's just, there's, I hate to say there's 24 hours in a day. Not that I want to work that, but the reality is, I mean, time, if push comes to shove, then we accommodate, we fix, we adjust. The reality is, I know in the end, the client's probably going to have to give a little bit, and not because we can't do it, but I don't think they'll be able to keep up to our pace. And that's the difference.
Love it.
Seriously. Because again, it's like, hey, in order for this to happen, there is 8 weeks before launch.
Yeah.
If this is going to happen in 8 weeks, you need to get us feedback every single day. You have to basically keep the stories tight. You can't dawdle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if customers can do that.
Are they aware of the process?
Yes, they are.
They are.
Oh, we said that today, and we're like, hey,
this is all laid out for them.
There is 1 week buffer. But in that 1 week, there is like 50 different elements that they have to approve between now and that 1 week buffer. So it's not, there's not even, so I mean, again, I don't think they can keep up with our, we could get it done.
Yeah.
And we could do a bang up, awesome job, like an awesome, MVP out of this.
Yep.
Absolutely. Right.
Totally.
But, customers, their inclination is to, rethink everything, question everything, because they have to, they're paying the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, let the experts do it.
Yes.
But this is one of those situations where it's like, you know what, move over, let us do it, because we've acquired all these, abilities and skills and this and that over the years, that it's like, we know what we can and can't do.
Yes.
So ballsy as hell, let me tell you.
It is a ballsy move, but that's
there's
good.
so much other stuff. We've got like a short week in between.
Yes.
You're on vacation for a week, you bastard. I think, right? We've got like Easter falling in there, so that's going to be.
That's right. So
dude,
it's going to be a hectic couple of weeks. I know. Oh my God! But we've got this. We got
this, dude. We got this.
This is what I like. What you're talking, you're talking confident.
Well, you need it,
and you have to have it. But you got the shit to back it up.
Absolutely, right? This is perfectly aligns with what we're here to talk about today, because
totally is.
This is more than just skill. Yeah, we got the skills. We've got the Illustrator skills. We got the Photoshop skills.
Yes.
We can pick up software skills if we need to.
Yeah.
Technically,
we're set.
It's easy.
Right.
But when you get opportunities like this, it's so much more than just the technical aspect, right?
Exactly.
So technical would be what? Hard skills?
Yes.
Is that what it would
Technical
be?
Technical is a hard skills. Yep.
So what are we here to talk about, Sean?
So this is Game Changers part 2. Moss's favorite subject, and he really loves soft skills.
Soft skills.
Soft skills. You're thinking, right now you're thinking, you're walking through a meadow and there's birds chirping, and there's dew glistening and shit like that, right?
So to be honest, I didn't even want to do this topic.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Like you had to twist my arm. I was like, dude. Just maybe it's because I hate that word.
It's terrible. I totally agree with you. But after this podcast, and hopefully with everybody else out there, we're gonna
try to rename this.
We're gonna rename this. We're gonna reclaim this. For the designers.
This.
Yes,
because honestly, this is a design task.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, soft skills just sounds. It sounds weak.
It does.
It sounds.
It's pliable.
Mushy,
it's mushy.
pliable.
Right.
Yes.
Soft.
And this is not. I mean, I don't think that. anything soft. I mean, again, this industry, in order to accept shit like we had today, to deal with the shit that we got to deal with on a regular basis, there is nothing soft about, the people who have to survive, who can make it past. The soft people in this space are gone within the first 1 to 3 years.
This is true. This is true.
Don't call this shit soft skills.
And we have worked with people with poor soft skills, right? Yes.
Yeah, and they're the ones who struggle.
Not
technically.
Yes. Yeah, no.
Because often technically they could be brilliant.
This is true.
You're right.
Yeah, so you're right. So we've got all these skills at hand, but the personal aspect of this business is hard to navigate sometimes. Today, we're talking with new people.
Yes.
About this project, this huge project that's coming down.
Yep.
And you said it went great, right?
Yeah, you're
you
right.
All kind of, you were all on the same page. You got big ears. You were listening in and you were letting it,
That's so true,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. So
like literally,
yes.
I had to get up in front of 9 people that I've never met. Mm-hmm. And up until about an hour before this, I don't even want to say I was prepared. Shh, don't say anything. We had the presentation, we had this and that, but it's just like, no, there was something missing. And then you know what? We've got awesome team members here.
Yes.
We were able to dig through some of our last meeting notes, some this, like that, put that together. And then it was literally 10 minutes before this meeting, I just sigh of relief and I was like, I got this. And that was it. And it totally did. It went 95% in our favor.
Yeah.
Because again, it was everything else we brought to the table. But you're right. It was that one.
Yeah.
You're right.
These are
to be able to not be scared to get up. And that's not a technical skill.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're right.
This is not a hard skill.
Yep.
That's something that's very difficult to learn. And a lot of that is, trial and error. You get up and do it. These are things you have to do, right?
So these things aren't necessarily, do you believe these soft skills? do you believe these can be taught, or do you think that you're either born with it or you're not? Or
see, there's a school of thought with that. Some people think that you're born with this. So soft skills, you will never ever change somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's their personality. But a lot of people have learned how to speak, how to be managers. Like you, as a junior position, you kind of work your way up into a management position or something like that. It's a different skill set. You've learned how to, you've been around this kind of thing. So you've kind of almost osmosis kind of thing. You've got that. So you got that empathy kind of vibe
to
going
kind of
on,
jump
right?
into that. You're right. You're right.
So some people think that it's a learned thing, or you can't learn it. But to learn how to be empathetic as a designer is a good thing. And we've all done that, right? To put yourself in the client's shoes, right?
So, some of this then, I guess, comes like with maturity in the industry and experiences and stuff, right?
And this is this is the kind of thing, and this is why I like this. This is what is really geeked me in this, because there's a lot of kids out there that, and we talked about this in the last episode, is like, your hard skills,
they're amazing hard skills.
You're going to work on your hard skills like fuck,
because they think, oh yeah, if I learn Illustrator, I've got it. If I know Photoshop, I've got. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're in a meeting and you're with a client or something like that, and you're doodling, and you're just thinking, okay, I know what I'm going to do here. I'm not listening to this guy.
Yeah, Paula Scher,
you know what I mean?
Right? Paula Scher, she came up with the who was it? The oh my God, it was Citibank. Was it Citi?
Yes.
Right? She came up with that logo.
Yeah.
In the meeting, in 10 minutes on a napkin, and she got $1 million for it.
She got $1 million.
Okay, they argued that,
so,
but that wasn't technical skills. That was her experience, her maturity, everything that she's brought, all her soft skills and experience came together in that one moment.
Yes.
And okay, granted, she said the cheesy thing, oh no, even though I did that in 10 minutes, whatever, it took me 30 years, blah, blah, blah. You hear this over and over, but it's true,
This is
right?
true. So you're absolutely right.
It's not, in that case, it wasn't the technical skills that got her that $1 million logo.
No.
It was everything else that came to that.
It was her experience.
She clearly saw through all that.
Exactly.
And you're right. So newbies won't necessarily instinctually have these skills that we're here to talk about today, right? These are learned things. So ideally, if we talk about these, and we mention these like we're hopefully going to talk about today, and you guys can listen, try to adopt these, try to embrace them as quick as possible. Try to learn them, focus. Like, you know, your technical skills are great. They'll take you so far, but this is the stuff that actually changes you. This is what makes you.
This puts you in the business and keeps you in the business kind of thing.
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
here.
If you're a difficult person to work with, you know, you're not going to.
Oh, geez,
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, we've worked with rock stars and divas and things like this, and it's just like, it's difficult. It's a
you know, it's funny. I went through a lot of this, what you said, and it's like, I think that there's even one person that we had working with us that we will bring through this entire process.
Ticked all the boxes?
Ticked all the boxes. And the problem is this person was technically amazing.
Gifted.
One of the best designers, you know, for their age that I've seen, you know, in this whole 20 years, right?
Yep.
But the problem is the soft skills were lacking right from day one, from the interview all the way to the exit.
Yep.
And that was what got in their way every single step.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I mean, and then sadly, I followed them afterwards.
Yeah.
And it was another job jump. Another job jump.
Really?
Another job jump.
Geez.
So it's like, wow, you know what? Like, technically you're amazing and you get design, you got the principles, but your soft skills are so poor that you're getting in your own way time and time again. Yeah.
Exactly.
See, so okay, so you know what? I'm sold on this concept. But the part that I hate is still the name, and we're gonna have to do something about this. We have to.
This is true.
We
will fix that. So, like, when you're doing a job interview, do you ever do those behavioral questions and stuff like that? Like, does that
like, you know, our job interviews here are really messed up because I mean we always
are
start.
They?
Well, you're right.
I think they're kind of designed for this.
Okay,
kind of thing.
maybe because I mean I guess we always kind of go down that funny road, right? First we ask them about their history.
Yeah.
We ask them about their software. We ask them to rate what their empathy is, what their humility is, what their confidence levels, spell check and blah 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 blah, right?
Right.
And we kind of try to gauge not just their technical skills, but number two, I try to catch them on bullshitting, and I call them on it.
That's what I was fishing for.
Right?
I was fishing for that.
I did that
because you did one interview. I remember you telling me this.
More than one.
More than one.
But it's like
a common thing.
They'll tell you the answer that you want to hear. And I look at them. I'm like,
that's not me.
No. It was like bullshit. Now, why don't you really tell me? And you know what? And the one girl, she had a look of shock.
Yeah, like,
and then she had this smirk, and she was like, "All right, you caught me."
Yes,
and it's true. And I was just like, "No, don't tell me what you think I want to hear.
Yeah, tell me
the truth because I'm gonna find out."
Exactly.
And it was cool. And you know what? We ended up hiring her anyway because she was like, "All right, you know what? My spelling sucks, plain and simple." And she was not lying. After years of working here, her spelling still sucked.
Yes. But we're all guilty of that in some regard.
Yeah. All right.
But this is true. That's kind of where I was thinking. It's like, and like doctors are not like, you'd think a place requires the skill set. You know what I mean? Like the greatest precision and that kind of thing. They're doing these behavioral quality.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like totally.
Eh?
These basic questions. Like they're looking for, like listening. Or no, sorry. Let's just cut that. Doctors are being interviewed.
London Joe, fix this.
Fix that. Doctors are being interviewed for qualities like maturity, communication, and collaboration, and things like this, and empathy.
So interesting because doctors are so young now, though.
Exactly.
You need that. Like, I mean, I'm scared. I had a doctor for the past 20, 25 years. Yeah. Right. And
that's right.
Right. And I mean, I had him forever.
Yeah.
And it was, again, you get to know him so well and this and that. He knows you. Right. Yeah. I mean, I could never figure out why, I had to always have a rectal exam every time I had a cold, but I trusted him. No. Okay, that was cheap. That was low.
That was great. I'm imagining thousands of people in their their cubicles right now going.
No, and then that one saying, "I know, right?
Yes,
me too."
Yes, my doctor's weird too.
No, but I mean, he had so much. He understood everything about a space. He understood everything about my experience, my family's experience. And there was always a human component to every doctor visit.
Yeah,
he was always like, "Well, tell me what's going on with your life. How's life? How's stress? How's family? How's business?" And he would gauge that because he knew that affected everything else.
Yes.
My new doctor now, cool guy, young guy. He wears a ball cap. I love that.
Oh,
I know,
wow.
pretty crazy. And but you know what? Robot. fucking robot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even think he looks at me in the eyes. And I'm sure, and okay, granted, I'm sure technology or the shit that he's learned, is probably far more advanced than my outgoing doctor. But there's a huge
that's right.
soft skills.
There's a soft skills part
maybe
to
I'm being
that.
sold on this.
And this is the thing, is like, you imagine if you acted that way to a client.
Yeah.
Okay, this is exactly what we are going to do for you.
Yeah, fair enough, right?
Nobody wants that. That's boring, right?
Yeah, you're
so,
right.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
thank God.
Yeah.
And this guy might be an anomaly, kind of, because a lot of doctors they're looking for qualities that are more human, like your old doctor, ironically. But so I don't know. I don't know. He's
it
a
could
freak.
be because he's just young and new, just like the newbies in this space that we're talking about,
this is
right?
true.
So again, technically, like I said, this guy's got it all.
Yeah.
He absolutely does, because he's so much more advanced. He's so much more savvy with the research. He's got more more places to get help from.
Yes.
But he's lacking the human component.
He's lacking
which is, I guess, in this case, the soft skills.
The soft skills.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
So
I'm slowly becoming a believer.
You're coming around. And we're going to change that name. Did I
Oh,
tell you
well,
that?
damn straight, we're gonna change
fix
this.
that name. So stick around, because we're going to have some solutions for you. But right now, go ahead.
All right. Before we get into these skills, though, I just want to remind everybody that we have an awesome contest going on right now. If you like what you hear, don't leave. Just pause us. Head on over to Apple or Spotify. Leave us a review, because what we're doing is every month for February, March, and April, we're giving away a pair of Apple AirPods to somebody who gives us a review. So all we're asking, go to our site, give us an honest review. It doesn't have to be 5-star. Don't make it fluff. But if it's going to be a 1-star, just be polite at least.
Yeah, exactly.
But, and then once you do that, hit us up on Instagram. Just so we have your recordings. Let us know which one you did. Just say hi on Instagram, and then that's it. You'll be entered for that month. Yeah. So we've given away our first ones for February already, which is great.
Yeah.
And we are, by the time this runs, probably going to be picking out Marches.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes, we
will.
will be.
So there'll be one more left for April. So please, by all means, if you like what you hear so far, stay tuned, keep listening, but get on over there right now and leave us that review, damn it.
That's right. Think how great we'll sound in those headphones.
You can take us with you, and we'll hone those soft skills.
We'll do the rest of this ASMR.
ASMR, soft skills.
Maybe we should have done that the whole episode.
Can you imagine? Creepy.
That would have been really creepy. Yeah. So.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm sold.
So you're sold.
Not really, but okay.
Well,
lead me into this.
Here are a couple of items that might convince you.
Yeah. All right.
So the first one I have here, and this is in no particular order.
Sure.
We've got problem solving.
Problem solving.
Yes. We're great at solving problems, are we not?
Well,
Designers?
I mean, again, designers. That's what our whole space is.
This is exactly
right.
Yes.
It's not. We're not order takers. We're not. We don't just sit there and just be like, "Here, give us what you need, and we'll give it back to you." That's monkey work.
That's monkey work.
We, designers by nature, we help make the end users' lives better.
Yes.
By solving problems.
Yeah.
So the bigger the problem, I think the more excited we get. And I mean, that's maybe why we took on this job.
With that big job. Exactly.
Right? Because it was like, they got a big problem and we're the only ones who can solve that shit.
This.
Right?
Exactly.
So, that's what we do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall short.
Yes.
Right out of the gate. Like, you're in the wrong space if you have a customer come to you and they're like, I want an elephant in a pair of boxer shorts. And you give him an elephant with a pair of boxer shorts and it looks fucking great, but it's absolutely ridiculous.
It doesn't work. Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Like, again, I get it. You sometimes you can't ignore the customer's request.
Yeah.
But you also have to give them your recommendation and why, right?
Yes.
You're trying to solve a problem. You need to find out what problem is it that they're trying to solve by coming to you.
Yes.
You have to give your reasoning why you can do something, what it is you're doing.
Exactly. The first thing I would clap back with is an elephant on a tight wire, on a high wire.
On the high wire.
Exactly,
as opposed
right?
to being, of course,
it's a balance thing.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's true. It's like, instead of just going back to him and the customer's like, okay,
what they want.
Keep telling you, I need an image here. Don't be like, okay, well, what image do you want, sir?
Yes.
Now, that doesn't show your expertise at all. That doesn't show confidence and yada yada. But the reality is, you have to actually make a really good effort, on presenting him what you think and why you think, and
Yes.
try not to keep it, obviously, try not to keep it personal opinions. You know what I mean? Keep it on expertise, on things in the industry. But again, dig deep to find out what those problems are.
Yes.
And that's how you get credibility.
Yes.
You'll jump your soft skills like crazy.
Yes.
Okay. Because
Yes.
problem solving is what
Is
designers do.
What you do, yeah, exactly.
100%.
Just a quick story, and I don't know whether this is a problem-solving issue or anything like that, but today, there was one of our clients. They were up for an award.
Cool.
And of course, in their description of the job, their job description, they had no indication what the job was for. So a little bit of research later, send them 3 versions. The one with what they won the award for.
Yeah.
As a third one, they went with the third one. It's like, this is the kind of thing where it's like, okay, you never told me.
You told us this.
You didn't tell me what your award was for.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do some research and I'm going to look into it and I'm going to say, okay, this is what it was for. I'm going to put this.
You know what I think actually? That actually I think falls perfectly in line with the next part, which is similar. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Good.
So again, here, let me. Not that you're wrong.
Okay.
But let me change this here.
Yes.
So
I love it.
I'm a big.
He's getting engaged.
I'm okay. I see
skills,
what you just did there.
Soft skills.
Oh, damn you. So I'm a big believer, of course, that, designers are problem solvers.
Right.
Plain and simple. And I will say that right until the end. However, there is another soft skill that we have to have, and that is the ability to solve problems. There is a difference.
I see what you're saying.
So what
now.
you
Yes.
just said was the customer sent us this shit. Yeah. Right? They missed out some very key items. Instead of being a moron and being like, excuse me, Mr. Customer, help me, what award was?
What did you win?
Dude, you took initiative and there was a problem in front of you. Instead of sitting back and, putting it back on the customer and then they're busy enough as it is.
They're busy, exactly.
You know what you want? You want points? You tell them back. Just, hey, you know what? You didn't tell me what the award was, but I did some research and this is it. Is this the right award that you meant?
Right.
And all of a sudden they're like, dude, you rock.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. You saved my day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a skill that people don't do.
Yes.
They don't solve problems. They're something's in front of me and they panic.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Or just completely miss the boat.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're just like, I could have sent a third option that was vague and, just kind of, not really, not even close to the mark, but instead, I was just like, well, what the hell was this award for?
Yeah. Well, exactly. But how annoying would that have been, right? And
exactly.
You did the right thing. Exactly.
Whatever.
People, they honestly, I think they stop way too short when it comes to solving problems. Not being a problem solver, but solving problems. Like, we've had customers that have been like, you know what? I need a banner stand in Las Vegas in 2 days because I got a show there. What the hell do I do?
Yeah.
This has happened to us.
Yes.
They're like, you know what? I need 3 banners. Last minute, completely forgot. We have spent $5,000 on this trade show. We don't have banner stands. How are we going to get it there in 2 days? Design it or 3 days, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this came up. Everybody was panicking. And I'm just like, dude, get your head out of your ass. We can design this in a couple hours. That's not the problem.
That's not a big deal.
The problem is, how are you going to get it to Las Vegas?
Yes.
Picked up the phone. Called, the Kinko's, the 24-hour Kinko's print. We're like, do you guys print these? They're like, yeah, we print these all the time. Like, I can get you one in 24 hours. I'm like, perfect. I'm going to have a guy there tomorrow morning to pick this up. Let me send this to you.
Yeah.
Done. That's solving a problem.
Exactly.
Right? That problem came to us.
Yeah.
That's how we solved it. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
But I think that this is huge. And I mean, this is something that's going to take us through life.
Oh, totally.
People don't get it, right? As a designer, we are problem solvers, for design elements, making the end user's life easier. But as, lifelong graphic designers, whether we're freelancers, whether we're agency owners, we have to be able to solve problems on an ongoing basis daily.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And there is a difference. So one would be like outgoing,
Yeah.
design-wise. One would be just like the world around us.
Yes.
I think there's a difference.
Yeah, totally. You're absolutely right. I think
Cool.
this is solving problems and problem solving.
Yeah.
is a different category.
Little bit,
for sure.
right?
Yes.
Cool.
Which is
Okay.
very cool.
All right. That's cool.
So those are 2. So the next one is interpersonal skills.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Shocking.
How do you like this? This is great. Like maintaining relationships, getting on with other coworkers and things like that.
This is something that people take for granted.
This is.
And
And with our team here, I mean, you've said it before. We have got a good team in place. We all get along. There's mutual respect. There's mad love. You know what I mean? Like
But what happens when there isn't? You have one member in there.
Yes.
That is like, they have their own agenda.
Yes.
That they're maybe, they're all about themselves, their own work, their own skills, their own this. They don't want to share their customers.
Yes.
They try to take ownership.
Yeah.
What happens? It completely kills the whole dynamic of the
does.
team. Right.
And we've noticed this with
many times it's happened. Oh no, it's
yeah.
happened. We've hired, and I mean, and in all fairness, they never last.
No, that's true.
Not just here. They don't last anywhere, which is funny.
Job jumping person that we talked about earlier.
Oh my God, right? But honestly, interpersonal skills are huge. Like you have to, you don't have to talk everybody's ear off.
No.
Right. And, some people are introverts, some people are extroverts. Yeah, I know. We suck at that, don't we? But the reality is, you need to coexist with these people.
Yes.
And you can do either one of two things. You can either go in, do your job, and leave.
Yeah.
Well, you might be coexisting.
Yes.
But you're not living with people, right?
Exactly.
Or you come in, you don't have to be everybody's best friends if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But understand that you are working with other people.
Yeah.
Acknowledging them, asking for help, helping them if you know that they need help, right?
Yeah, yeah.
These are interpersonal skills are massive in this space.
Exactly.
Right?
And the thing with that is you spend almost as much time with your coworkers as you do with your family.
Geez, more. I hate to say it. Sometimes,
or more sometimes.
For some people, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it benefits you to integrate with them and
absolutely.
And just get to know them.
Treat them like you'd want to be treated.
Exactly.
Right? Like be tolerant. There's so many people that, will do something that'll grind somebody's gears.
Yes.
And that's cool. But again, you just have to learn how to roll with the punches.
This is exactly.
You have to accept the fact that there's going to be different personalities. Yeah. There's going to be different, and I mean, this is no brainer, but to a lot of people, this is
difficult.
It is.
And the thing with that too is if somebody offers you constructive criticism,
huge,
and you don't like them,
yes,
you're going to take that as an offense.
Yep.
You're going to, but if it's like one coworker, for instance, said to me, it's like, are you sure that image is perfect for that? And it's like, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's not. I kind of was like inside my own head there.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that is because I respected that person. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for helping me.
So interestingly enough, the one person that we talked about, and again, this person touches all these skills, they would never, and I mean, I pointed this out to somebody else here. Mm-hmm. Not that I liked office politics, I don't. But I was like, do you ever realize that anytime I give them a recommendation, a suggestion, or a good idea, they never acknowledge it. They'll never be like, good idea, or yeah, you're right.
Yes.
It never, for some reason, I mean, again, I was their fucking creative director. And again, it's not like I was just saying out of my own opinion, because it was always fact-based. Well, the client wants this. Maybe consider this.
You should try this.
They never, ever. And at first it was like, are you sure? But then it's like they paid attention, like, you know what? You're fucking right.
Yeah, that's right.
Not once did they ever say, good idea, or I agree with you, or you know what? You're right. Never. And it was kind of creepy in the end, right?
That's pretty fucked up. And see, there's the humility aspect of it, right? If
you're right.
If somebody comes up with a good idea, something's better than my idea,
I agree.
I'm like, whatever is best for the project. Or
absolutely.
The client. This is the thing. Is like, you can't be protective of stuff.
No,
like
man.
this.
Nobody has a monopoly on good ideas.
No,
and that's what people need to realize. Good ideas can come from anybody. And over the past 22 years being in business, there was some great ideas that were handed over by admin assistants.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, that was a good idea.
What was it?
Good job.
The 3M, the sticky or something like that? Wasn't that developed by somebody?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know that story.
It's a crazy story anyway.
But I mean, the idea is
anybody's got a great idea.
Anybody can. Yes. So it's like literally, you're right. You have to coexist with people. You have to, be polite.
Yeah.
Pay respect. Acknowledge. And again, that's the only way you're going to get that shit back.
Yes, exactly. And that endears you to other people, which it strengthens your team, basically, right?
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely.
Which leads to the next thing. The next one. Yeah. Teamwork.
Is all kind of all encompassing on that one, wasn't it?
Exactly. You're gonna have to work with somebody at some point.
Yes.
Unless you're a freelancer, and no disrespect to them, you're going to have to work
Still going to have to
with
work
a creative
with people
director
at some point or another. Or you're going to have to like outsource something to another designer or another or a programmer or this or that. But yeah, you absolutely need to realize that this isn't a one-person show.
Yes.
Right? And this is where the whole, humility aspect comes in, where it's like, I can't do it all myself. I need to do hey, dude, that job that we took today, I can't do it myself. The only reason we could do it is because we've got a team.
Yeah.
And then there's other things, other aspects that we need an extended team for.
Yes.
Which we're looking for right now. Right. Yeah. So, no, again, teamwork, it's critical.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely huge. So, yeah. So, and when it comes to like being protective of a client or something like that, because we all have, we all have our clients and stuff like that we like.
But I gave somebody shit that the other day.
Oh, really?
Well, because we got somebody who's like, no, I'm doing this. I want that. And I'm like, dude, last week you were like so stressed out. I'm trying to offer you help.
Yes.
Using this other person, and you don't want to do that.
You don't want that.
I'm here to make your life easier. They're not here to replace your job. They're here to make your life easier.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
And I totally appreciated it.
Yeah.
But the reality is they were hurting themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And I can't have that as a leader. I can't have that. They're hurting themselves.
No, yeah.
And obviously for the customer's sake, they can't hurt, for the company, they can't hurt. So it's just it's like recognizing it that, they got to understand that they're working with a team.
Yes.
And they can't be so insecure or self-conscious that they're,
or protective of that.
Protective.
Because also too, it's an opportunity for somebody else to learn something else.
Yes.
It's kind of, for me, it's kind of fun. I work on specifically one of our major clients, but when I get to shift over to something else,
our biggest customer, just so you all know. Yeah. He's being humble.
Yeah, being humble. Oh, shucks, But when I get to move on to something else, it's kind of like it's like learning new processes and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of it's a different. If it's refreshing, it's different.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good for me to learn. Oh, well, I'm used to it this way, but these guys do it a different way. Yeah.
Yep.
So in that respect, I think,
and that kind of goes to being adapting, accepting.
Exactly.
Like this is really interpersonal skills is massive, and it just keeps going and going and going, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But the whole adapting to other people's way of work and accepting it, listening.
Yes.
Like literally listening, not to respond, but to understand. Is a huge part of interpersonal skills.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So many times everybody's just like, so you're just, they think they're being polite because they're keeping quiet, but really all they're doing is waiting for the other person to stop so they can continue on their point. But the reality is you really need to shut up.
Yeah.
Right? And learn to shut up so you can actually listen why they're saying what they are. And you don't have to agree to it.
Yeah.
But at the very least, you have to fucking understand it.
Yes. Exactly.
Right? Try to understand.
You get one mouth and two ears.
Oh, there's a reason.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's a reason. Good. Okay.
Classic. Okay, so here we go. There's another one there for you, maybe that you might like. Communication skills. Communication breakdown is a great Led Zeppelin song, but it's not what we want here. We want good communication.
Sometimes I feel I kind of suck at this, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's a lifelong thing.
You're a great communicator, I think.
I don't think so. I think this is where
Really?
I do, really, for real.
Wow.
Because sometimes I speak in riddles. I expect people to understand my enigmatic speak.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, can't you read my fucking mind yet? And there's a couple here that can, and I take them for granted. I love them very much. But it's true. I think communication skills is like a lifelong thing that you have to learn. And even after 20 plus years, I think my communication skills to the customer are bang on.
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking
about.
To
my team.
Oh,
I think to all of you sometimes, I think I fall short, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I've never noticed that, but
yeah.
I mean, I again, with the clients, I know you've got a great rapport and they get exactly what they want and you deliver that for them. So
That's because I have jazz hands. I'm just able to be like,
that's
hey,
so
just
important in a meeting.
look at my jazz hands, guys. Don't worry that I'm messing up and not making sense. You're too busy looking at my jazz hands.
Everybody's like, I forget what he says. When he started dancing with the hands, I forget. So there's 5 types of communication skills I found. Verbal communication, speaking clearly. I would, and clearly and concisely, I would like another glass of whiskey.
You would like another glass of writer's tears, Sean? Here you go, my
Yes.
friend. That's
So,
good communication, buddy.
Clearly and concisely. This I find I'm not very strong at that because I kind of tend to mumble, and, But these are good skills to have, right?
Yep.
Another one would be nonverbal communication, which is really cool. This subtle art of maybe a raised eyebrow or something like that, right? Like, and I talk with my wife on this a lot, and there's, over a Zoom call or something like, or worse yet, an email or a text or something like that.
Yeah, those are hard ones.
Those are flat, right? And
Yes.
sometimes can be, and we had an instance with a client just recently where I remember I was like ranting and raving all about this, and you were like, you let him have it with both barrels.
Absolutely, you did, and you're allowed to
And
in
I was
that
like,
case.
but I felt guilty afterwards. It was just kind of like,
no.
But anyway, these are kind of things, like these nonverbal things where I think he received it and was.
Well, he got it.
He
was able to get it, but it wasn't as bad as you thought it was.
It wasn't his intent.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So I kind of was like, I took it a little bit personal, which we all do sometimes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, you're not supposed to.
No, it's all good.
But it's those
happens.
nonverbal
It so happens.
things.
You're right.
With text.
And email's really bad for that, isn't it?
It really
right?
is. It
Yeah,
really
because
is.
I mean, you can't get sentiment
No.
on an email at
No,
all.
exactly.
And honestly, so many times I'm gonna fire this customer, and then I got somebody here who's a little bit less hot-headed, and they're like,
You
wait.
take care of it, yeah.
I think they meant it this way, and it's just like, oh,
Yes.
I missed that comma.
Yeah, and you're like, now I see that.
Now I
Yes.
see that. You're right.
Exactly.
So there's verbal and there's nonverbal.
Yes.
And then
this leads perfectly into
Yep, you're
written
right.
communication, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
if you're going to compose an email or anything like this,
Yes.
It's probably best to not be inflammatory or say anything that's a little out of line kind of thing, because it will be
written is, and that's a skill. All 3 of these, like
Exactly.
honestly, like I can honestly say that verbal communication, it's again speaking to clearly and making sure you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like concisely. That's one thing.
Yes.
The nonverbal, you're right. That's
Yep.
body language. That's people, like
Yeah.
the stuff that you don't say but you feel, you see,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then the written side, you're right. Like I mean, that's hard part.
This
The written is crazy.
This is a
hard.
tough thing. Did you ever take any writing
It's
classes
funny.
or anything
No.
like that? Or
Like I mean, not even that. Like
you just get good at
writing
it
is
by-
one thing. No, copywriting, yes.
Yes.
But like business writing,
Business
or better yet, like I don't even know what you would call communication writing.
Yes.
That because again, that was. Don't forget when I was in college.
Yeah.
Email wasn't even a thing.
This
We
is
were
true,
checking
yes.
our emails once a day, and you were like. If you'd get an email a week, you were like, "That's fucking
wow.
cool, man." No, so honestly, like the written communication, that's an art all to its own. And often I have somebody proofing some of my emails.
Right.
And when we hire people, newbies,
Yep.
somebody always proofs their emails for
Right.
the first 6 weeks, 8
Exactly.
weeks, until they understand, the expectation, the
Yeah.
sound, the tone,
Yeah.
the clarity that we expect.
Yes.
Right. And again, it's a little intimidating, but
Yes.
honestly, having somebody with some experience, and then we're not talking about spelling like
Yeah.
that.
No,
Hire
no.
Grammarly
Yeah,
for that shit.
exactly.
We're talking about like be clear
Yes.
with what you say. Don't be a robot and be like,
Yeah.
good day, customer,
Yeah.
or not even.
Here is
Sometimes
your
you don't
thing.
even get good day. It's just like, Sean, file here, please prove. But it is almost that ridiculous, and it's
Yeah.
just like there's no human aspect to it.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
hey, I hope your day's going great.
Yeah.
Thought would share this with you right away. Let me know. Like, no, sometimes it's so robotic because it takes a little while to get
Yes.
warmth in
Yeah,
emails.
Totally. Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I remember you correcting me when I was sending out emails when I first started here. It was like, I
Sorry.
sent you. No. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant thing. I sent you this, and if there's any changes, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you were like, refer to it as a team. We are the team.
Yes.
It's, we're like,
Absolutely.
It makes us look larger than we
Bigger
really
than
are.
we are.
But
then
also, it's a team.
Exactly.
Right?
It takes
This
the
is
onus
us.
off you.
Yes.
It lets people know that if they're angry with you, it's
Yes.
not you. They're angry with the team.
Yes.
Right?
One-
Again,
one
that
little
one
twist
word. Yeah, you're
just
right.
makes it.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Even when I was like, when we started, it was only like 1, 2, 3 people.
You still did that.
Still did that all the time,
Yes,
and it was
exactly.
always so. Number one, it does size you. It helps size. It does. It's not a
Yeah.
lie. It
Yeah.
helps size you because there is a bigger team involved
Yes.
here. But the thing is, it makes you bigger. So people, they almost subconsciously realize there's more than just the one person involved.
That's right.
So if they ever do have a shitty day and they want to rant on somebody, they can't blame one person. I've had people call me up, be like, "Well, I've had a problem with so and so." And the reason being is that one person was trying to take ownership of the account. They took it, and I was just like,
Yeah.
what do I say? I can't be like, it's a team effort, because they were like, oh, get back to me. I did this for you. So it's just like, you kind of screwed yourself there.
Yes, exactly.
So it's
Yes.
like, no, it is. The written communication is huge, and I
Yes.
agree with that, right?
Yeah, just like little things like that, right? Visual communication is also huge, but I mean,
This is kind of our space.
This is kind of our space. If you're really not good at this,
Yeah,
then I don't know whether we really
right.
should be here, right? And then active listening. This
This
one
one's
I
key.
Love. I
Yeah.
love this because this is just such a. It's almost like a no-brainer, right? Like, how are you gonna get any of this stuff if you're not actively listening to this?
I know, and this goes back to like a lot of people just listen to respond, but you really have to listen to understand.
Yes.
Right. You've got to check your ego at the door and
Yeah.
just be like, what exactly is it that they're trying to help make me understand?
Yes.
Sometimes they do a shitty job explaining as well.
Yep.
Right. But it's our job.
Yeah.
If they're paying us to do something, if we give them back the wrong idea, is it because they did a shitty job telling us, or is
Yes.
it because we did a shitty job listening?
Exactly.
People need to remember that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And a lot of it I find is when we're working with these smart people, these people who work for NASA and you know what I mean? And these really high end kind of technical terms, it's kind of a little intimidating, but generally, again, a great way to do this is ask a good question to kind of
Agreed.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Like
Yep.
just to kind of, okay, this is really complicated. I get this, but could you explain it to me maybe in a different way?
Yep.
Kind of thing. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Get them to explain the same thing.
Yes.
In a different.
Because
Absolutely.
I'm hearing this, but
Yep.
I'm not really getting it.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
So communication skills
Yeah.
is one of the soft skills that we're talking about.
It's our soft skills.
ASMR
ASMR
that we're
soft
talking
skills.
about. And of the 5, there's verbal, nonverbal, written is a big one.
Huge.
Okay.
Yep.
Visual communication is what we do every day.
Yep.
And there's active listening. These
Active
are 5 basic parts of communication skills. And the funny thing is, people can struggle with 1, 2, 3. It doesn't mean you're wrong. I mean, extroverts might approach these one way.
Yeah.
Introverts might approach these the other. Like, you have to almost gauge your own strengths with these.
Right.
And play to them.
Right.
If you are better, and again, I might make some assumptions here. If you're an introvert,
Yeah.
and you excel better at written communication because you're a little bit, you're more in tune with your thoughts, your words. Own that shit.
Yes.
Keep your meetings short.
Yep.
And keep your emails detailed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Somebody who's a little bit more flamboyant, maybe like me. Hey, talk to the customers, show them your jazz hands, and have somebody else write your emails for you. But the reality is I'm generally less on emails.
Yeah.
I'm more point form.
Yes.
I'm more bullet. I'm like, hey, you know what? I only have a minute. Boom, 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 boom.
This is,
If this is right, let us know.
Yeah.
And we're on it.
And you're
right. Done.
Probably the best way to go about doing that, right? I would think. No,
Well,
seriously,
for me, for
'cause
sure.
It's exactly like you said with clients. Sometimes they don't have a lot of time either, right?
Exactly.
So it's just like boom, boom, boom. This is what I need. This is what I want. Is this right?
Yes. Communication skills is a big one. So I think the key here is being self-aware of which one of these 5 you're strong in.
Yeah.
And play to that.
Yeah.
You understand the rest of them, but play to the ones that you're strong in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
okay. I like
All right.
that.
You see, that's good, right? And the next one is take ownership of what you need to get done. Oh.
Take
right.
ownership.
Everybody knows this person, like you need everything explained to you in great details.
Dude, that's hard.
Could you tell me?
I get frustrated with that.
Everything, like right down to the bare.
And they come back and they ask a million questions. I avoid these people. I hate to say it. It's hard.
Yes.
I mean, again, we have our. Although, while we might at Z Factor have our brand say one thing and we pitch that, I think our true brand is we get shit done.
Get shit done.
And that's why we got that job today. That's why people come back. That's what they know us for. But it's because we're proactive.
Yes.
Right? We're proactive. We own this stuff. We're like, you know what? Let us take the lead.
Yeah.
Let us take the lead. We'll get it to 75% and you just proof it.
There we go. Because you got a basic understanding. You know what's going down.
Yeah.
You've got a good relationship from all these things that we talked about before with your clients. So you've got this kind of well in hand. You know the space.
Yeah.
These are kind of things you're like, yep. This is why we get these big jobs,
Yes.
right? It's because what did the client say? I know you're the only guys that can do this.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Yes, because we know so much about this space.
So now
You don't ask these dumb questions.
how this works, I guess, with these soft skills is it's like you need to genuinely embrace this.
Yeah.
You need to live and breathe this. I mean, I hate to say this. I don't mean to sound like a dick, but I've told almost everybody that we hire, I say the same thing. Mm-hmm. I may not say much, but I see everything.
You see, that's right.
And it's true. Hey, you know what? You want to come in at 9:10, 9:15, 9:20 and leave at 4:50, 4:55. You're already packing up. So by 5 o'clock, you're out the door. I may not complain about that to you.
But I notice it.
I see that shit. And when time comes, push comes to shove, I mean, you get pushback.
Yeah.
If you're more concerned about that clock versus getting something done.
Yes.
I mean, again, how are you taking ownership on that?
Yes.
How are you benefiting the company? The client? And ultimately, how are you benefiting yourself by being that person who's more concerned about, nope, I'm done at 5, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Wrong space, dude.
I know.
Totally wrong space.
I've worked with guys who were like, there's projects to be done.
Yeah.
And literally, when the minute hand gets to 12, they just get up and leave. Don't even shut their computer off.
Dude,
they're gone.
I know you got to leave.
like-
Not when the clock's done, but when you're actually the task that you're working on is it doesn't mean your project has to be finished and you're here till 7 o'clock. That's not it.
Yes.
But if you're working on something and it's going to take you an extra 10, 15 minutes, fucking do it.
Do it, exactly.
Stick it through. You know what I mean? Because there's going to come a time when you're going to be like, oh, I got a doctor's appointment. I need a morning off. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I now can be like, okay, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you need to come in early.
Yeah, right. Or I'd rather you do that on your days off.
Yes.
You can book this shit on the weekend now, right? Like
exactly.
It's you.
This is true.
And honestly, that really bugs me because honestly, and I need people, personally speaking, and this sounds like a selfish boss, but I need people who can take ownership of if I give them a task.
Yeah.
See that thing done.
They're going to get it done.
Be proud to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Take pride in the shit that you are doing. Yes, it's only going to do you well.
Yes,
it doesn't mean that your boss is a slave driver. Number one, it makes you better worker. More pride, more
prideful.
Honestly, But at the same time, you take that skill elsewhere, and even if you have a boss who's a dick boss who doesn't appreciate it, the next one will.
Yes,
and even if that one doesn't, the next one will. To the point where when you're running your own show, then the clients will appreciate that,
exactly.
and they know
they're
that
your bosses.
and they know they can count on you.
Yeah.
Right. Honestly, that one is huge. People need to take ownership, and that's that's classified as a soft skill. I think that's a badass skill. So it's not soft. It's badass.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's considered a soft skill.
No. Badass.
Maybe that's one of the names.
We need to incorporate. I'm gonna do it anyway.
So this is a great one.
Yeah, I think this is
in this space. We've all,
agreed.
What do we talk about the UX designers? They don't own this shit.
No, man.
Empathy. Empathy goes across the board.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes.
To me, this is probably the most important
soft skill.
Well, if you want to call it a soft skill, I call it a badass skill. But the reality, that's it. I got my name. Badass skill.
Badass skill.
But the reality,
I'm almost liking that more.
It is a little more angry than soft skill. But the thing is, empathy, our whole space it's all about empathy.
Right.
It's not about thinking less of yourself, that I'm not good enough and I can't do this. It's thinking of yourself less. And across the board,
Boom.
you know, whether you're working in a team,
Yeah.
whether you're working for the client, whether you're trying to think about the end client, this isn't about your ideas. This is about what's best for the end person.
Exactly.
Empathy is not a weak skill.
No.
Absolutely. This is the
it's huge.
strongest thing that I think a designer can't be a designer without having
this.
empathy. And
Right.
if there's one thing that you have to learn first and foremost to be a successful designer, you can be a selfish designer, you can be addicted to whatever, I don't care. But if you have empathy, you're always going to serve the end user properly.
Which means you're going to work more.
Right? Hopefully, yes.
And you're going to be a better designer.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
This is the kind of stuff that, to me, you're right. This is not a soft skill. It's really weird. This is something that we all should know.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You
Like-
know, and the funny thing is, this is actually in two parts.
Mm-hmm.
And this is well, it is. Let me back this up. Everybody always thinks empathy is one part, one thing. Well, I know what it means one thing. Yes, but there's two parts to empathy. Okay, we're designers.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we have to have empathy for our client.
Yes.
Okay. We have to put ourselves in their shoes.
Yep.
And this is where the humility comes into place. Okay. Because our customer is coming to us. They're bearing their soul. They're like, look, dude, I got a tight deadline. I need this to happen.
Yep.
I need your help. You need to put yourself first and foremost in their shoes.
Yep.
And be like, shit, they're counting on me
Their
to
problem,
deliver.
Their problem is now my problem.
Yes. So
Right?
first and
Yes.
foremost, that's the empathy. First off, you got to think your customer.
Yes.
You're bad, right? Then once you're like, okay, I'm accepting this job, then you've got to think about their customer. Completely different empathy. Right? Now you got to be like, okay, I've already
2 steps
accepted the
ahead.
job.
Yeah.
I know that I got to make my customer happy. Now it's next. Now I have to actually think about their job, their customer, what their customer needs. So empathy, now you have to be empathized on their needs.
Yes.
So it's two parts.
Wow.
Empathy is across this whole fucking space.
Yes.
And if people can't get that, you know what? Leave now. Just be an artist, be selfish.
Yes,
fuck off.
there you go.
Honestly.
And maybe that's the difference between an artist
absolutely
and a
it
designer.
is.
One of the differences, right?
Shit, dude, that's
Empathy.
the biggest difference, I
Yeah,
think.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So there you go. That was what, 8 or 9?
I think that's
8?
like what? Well, I mean, that's solid like 7, 8, right?
Yeah,
Problem
exactly.
solving problems.
Yes.
Interpersonal skills.
Yes.
You know, with a little bit of a focus on the teamwork side of this.
Right.
Communication skills,
Yep.
which is badass. Taking ownership of what you have, which is definitely a learned skill. And last but not least, fucking empathy.
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 There you
I know,
go.
right? Empathy's a soft word, but you know, it's like you just want to empathy with like a jab to the gut or something. Because it's badass. It's badass, dude.
It's a bad.
It's
I like this. I
badass.
think these are badass skills.
Yeah,
this is where we're going here.
Wow, how this has changed. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
No, not of soft
Woo!
skills. I'm a fan of badass skills.
Yes, and you see, this is what I'm thinking. It's the name.
Yeah,
the name
maybe.
is pretty crappy. So how can you develop these skills? Do you think?
Yeah, well.
These are the things that the tricky parts, but because we talked about this, it's like it's an age thing. You and I have had there's a lot
Experience,
of
not
road-
age, experience.
Oh, sorry,
Experience.
I always do that. and
Yeah, I know
I'm-
you do, dude. Why you do that? Damn.
I know. I'm
Guys,
just like,
do you know Sean's only 24 years old, but he fucking acts like he's 50.
I've lived a hard life, as you can tell.
No, but it's true. It's
Yeah,
years. It's
it's
not
a
age.
years
It's
of
years thing,
experience.
right?
Yeah.
Because again, you know, someone like David Carson started late. You know, arguably less years experience than some designers.
Right.
You know, of his actual age, but you know, it doesn't mean anything though, right?
Yeah, but his soft skills were there, I think, right?
I think
you know what
so.
I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
yes,
Right.
exactly.
So it's interesting where then you can have some other people who can spend a lifetime doing this, but they're so damn selfish.
and they
yeah. So
but
how do you learn this? So I agree.
Yes.
Experience has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Learning from other people, which I mean, if you have a mentor or somebody who you can look up to, who's who's been kind of down that road and got the T-shirt kind of thing,
A little bit.
I think that could work.
I
no?
do. I think personally speaking, from my experience, from failing.
Oh,
Dude, honestly, I think it's from I have so granted, you know,
Shit.
22, we're hitting our 23rd year in business this year, and it's gonna be a great year. It's gonna be a fucking huge year. But I have fucked up a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I have fucked up royally.
Refreshing
with all
words.
these times. Seriously,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I have, kissed ass, made my dues, tried to make up for a lot of the shit. And on a good note, it's always worked in our favor.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I'm so fucking arrogant every time that I fucked up, that I was like, no, not my fault. No, I didn't do it. And I blamed everybody else
Yeah.
for my fuck ups.
Yeah.
Dude, I would still be a jerk and naive as I ever was.
And you have 2 clients.
But honestly, I genuinely feel, I personally, and again, I could be wrong, but I feel that people learn most by fucking up and taking ownership on that shit. We talk about ownership, and honestly, I'm the first person if something bad happens and it's my fault, and as long as nobody dies, I'm the first one to be like, my fuck up, I'll make it better.
Yes.
And I think that's a really hard thing for people to admit to.
It totally is. Yes.
Because it's not personal failure.
It's not. Yeah. It
doesn't mean, I think if anything, personally, I think, you take ownership of a fuck up.
Yeah.
As long as you don't do that fuck up again, it makes you,
You've learned from it. Yes.
It took me years to listen. That is a skill that has probably taken me, shit, man, that was the first 12, 15 years of my business.
Wow.
It was to learn how, because I thought I had all the answers. I thought I had, and then I fucked up. And I was like, why does this keep happening?
this
It's
happening?
like, wow.
It's like,
Because I'm a dick. And I was thinking that it wasn't my fault, but the reality is it was.
Yeah.
And I had to realize that, and I had to make those changes.
See?
So
that's
right?
awesome. Yeah.
So if people and honestly, if younger designers can learn that shit earlier, be fucking humble. Be understand that it's not necessarily a character flaw of yourself.
Yeah.
If you're learning from it.
Yes, that's right.
If you are a dick and continually make the same error,
Yes.
it is a character
and you're
flaw.
not learning anything.
Yeah.
You're not, no takeaways.
Absolutely,
Yes,
right?
That is brilliant. Like,
It's sad.
No,
It's true, right?
It's absolutely true. Like, and this is the thing. Is like I forget. It was like Edison. He failed like thousands of times, right? Like there's a lot
But
of
it just
shit
took that one time.
But that one thing he made it, and it
I
was
agree.
great. Exactly. So it's
I agree.
It's 99% perspiration and 1%.
Absolutely, dude.
but it's also failure is the greatest teacher.
And failures.
of all.
So again, it's not a matter of failing.
Yes.
And I hate when people are like, "Ooh, fail economy, fail culture is great. Everybody, go fail." Like, fuck off.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
not that,
generation of failure out there. Yeah.
It's not failing. It's failing forward.
Yes.
It's understanding
Right.
and accepting and embracing the failure and learning from it.
Yes.
Because then you're not making the same mistake.
You're right.
Another time.
You're right. If you don't learn from your failures,
Right.
then you're just going to repeat them.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Cool.
Yeah.
Scary. Sad. Sorry, guys. That was a little deep.
Yeah, that was dark. I loved it.
Sorry.
I loved it.
Okay.
Also to develop these skills, you could take on more things, different things. Like if somebody offers a project that you're not 100% with,
Yep.
take it. Because it's a great learning
This
experience.
is how you learn.
Gives you an opportunity to maybe fail. You might fail, but you're going to learn something.
But you're going to learn that, and that's how you're going to get better.
And that's how you're going to get better.
100% agree with that.
Yes.
Like, push yourself.
Yes.
Is kind of what it comes down to. Take on things that you may not have all the answers.
Yeah.
But you will by the time you're done.
By the time you're
Uh-huh.
done. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, I'm digging these.
Yeah, right?
Digging these.
And there's oddly enough, I've
Yeah.
looked this up, and they're online courses.
Oh no! Now I hate
Yeah,
this
I
again.
know.
Now I'm back to fucking. Oh, now this just took a shitty turn. If you need to
you
grow your
imagine?
soft skills,
Yeah.
please visit us at.
Some grain-fed hippie on LinkedIn is going to be teaching you
shit.
how to be empathetic.
How to be develop your soft skills.
I didn't look into.
Damn it!
I didn't look into this or anything like that, but there are courses online.
Now I don't like this
Udemy
again.
and is it Udemy or Udemy?
I
Udemy?
don't even know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And LinkedIn.
Yep,
they
of
do
course.
offer courses on how you
Soft
can
skills, eh?
on soft skills. So
See, I kind of feel like soft skills are like the hard knocks of life skills. Personally,
it really is.
it's kind
So
of my I don't.
I
Can
agree
you
with
teach
you.
somebody this
I
shit?
agree with you on 100%. And this is kind of what the takeaway from this podcast is. It's like
Yeah.
people might not listen to this.
Yeah.
People might not hear what we're saying, but these are beacons along the road that you could be aware of that's going to happen, right?
I agree.
Because you can't be in the space and not and not encounter any of these things that we've talked about.
Agreed. 100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
So they're going to happen. So you could either choose to listen to this
Yeah.
and continue
Be
on
forewarned.
learning the new tricks in Photoshop, right? Or you can say, hey, you know what? Maybe I should be better at communication.
Yep.
I don't
hear
know.
you.
I don't know.
I agree. Again, I didn't like that part of this. But I think I understand where you guys were going with this whole soft skills, whatever. Just let's give it a different name.
Yes.
Let's
So
find
this is the
something
thing.
else to name it.
This is the thing. I in my research, I learned. Did you know that a killer whale is actually a dolphin?
Oh, come on. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like the largest dolphin.
So
on
here's the
Earth.
thing. I love dolphins more than killer whales, but killer whales are more badass than
Killer
dolphins.
whales are way more badass than dolphins.
I have a book. I have a book at home that's like, 101 reasons why you should punch a dolphin in the head. And I think it was from the Oatmeal comics or whatever. Oh my God. It was ridiculous.
Is there pretentious
Reasons why you
a-holes or something?
Yes. But no. Orcas are just they're just badass dolphins.
They're like
that are scary
badass
as
dolphins.
hell.
Yeah, they're scary as hell. But somehow
Orcas eat sharks. Just
They
so you know,
do.
they will
Orcas-
attack sharks.
I've seen-
So was same with dolphins, though.
yeah, I've seen
It's
this,
a matter of branding.
and they're smart as fuck. This is why
Yeah.
they're dolphins, right?
Yeah,
Because
okay.
dolphins are pretty smart.
Okay.
Whales are cute. And
Yeah.
Kind of do,
Yeah.
But I remember seeing this big piece of ice. There's like a seal on the end of it. Couple of orcas lean on the ice, tilt it up, and then gulp.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. There's a meal
Wow.
there for them, right? So they're smart, but for whatever reason, they've been called whales.
Huh.
And I don't know why that is, but this is kind of what soft
What
skills
we're
are,
dealing
I
with.
think, right? Soft
Shit,
soft
yo.
skills sounds kind of
And I think
lame,
that's why
right?
it's hard. I think it's more. Okay, we've gone through this. We've talked about this. I had somebody else here internally try to convince me it's okay. Go down with this, and it was right. It's this weak, soft name that's
Yes, that's really terrible.
Well, it is, right?
is. I don't
these
like
are,
it.
These are skills. I mean, these are essential skills that you need to develop.
Yes.
But soft skills just sounds weak, and they're not
does.
weak. These
It
are
does.
not. If
Exactly.
anything, these are more important than the technical skills.
Yes. Well, no.
Well, hold on. Hear me out.
Oh.
Well, hear me
Oh.
out. I have
Really?
seen other. I have seen over my years. I've seen other agencies win accounts.
Yeah.
They have really shitty work, and I was like, how the hell did they win that? It wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
The ideas weren't great. The execution was good, but they were really good.
It's the talk.
It was the talk. It was the relationship. It was that whole experience that they gave to the customer. That's why the customer went there. So the customer doesn't always go with the best, most awesome, most exciting idea. They go with the safest company to deal with, to execute.
Right.
And I mean, there's a lot of factors involved here, right? If you can show a company that you can, be there reliably for them whenever they need it to
Yeah.
deliver that awesome idea on a regular basis, they are going to stick with you. And that's why we've had some amazing customers stick with us all these years.
Yes.
Because they know we can always consistently deliver. Is
Yeah.
there going to be companies that are more creative than us? Fuck yeah, there are.
No,
there are, dude. We have some amazing companies, in all fairness, on our Instagram. And I'm just like,
Okay,
wow,
yeah.
you guys fucking rock.
Yes. Okay, you're right,
And
you're
I
right.
don't know what their relationship with it. So, I mean, technically speaking, yeah, there's going to be companies that can always out-create because nobody has a monopoly on ideas.
Right.
But for our customers, we out-service, we out-own this soft shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
you're
mean,
right,
so
you're right.
that's why I'm saying it's in some ways this is more important than the action. And I know it's kind of like bold, it's kind of like ballsy to say because I'm being humble, but at the same time, man, there's a lot of awesome designers out there that I fucking love and respect.
Yep.
And I know that,
They're
dude.
dicks.
Well, no.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Oh.
No. Yeah. That's another podcast altogether. But I'm saying, I know, and I'm like, wow, you know what? I wish I had their shit. I wish I could do it.
Oh, yeah.
I wish, but there's so many other factors.
Yeah.
I know what we do well for our customers.
Yeah.
And for our customers, we are those rock stars.
Yes.
And there's more things to it than just being able to deliver the ultimate because again, we've had superstar designers here.
Yeah.
Who have lasted for a short time.
Yes.
Because all this other interpersonal shit.
Right. Because it's more of a detriment to the team than it is a benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So ballsy but true. I don't think that it's always going to be about the technical skills in these cases.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's maybe it's a confluence of both. Like you have to, and it's
you're
it
right.
saddens me to hear you say that. That great design, or like you've seen these big companies with shitty design.
It's true, dude. And even locally, I'll tell you afterwards. But
really,
I'm just like, how did they get that? How did they get
the
that?
hell?
It's like, now I know why.
Yeah.
Or interpersonal relationships, skills. What's
like
the word?
Talking.
Talking. But then also there's favors or this or that.
Yeah.
But again, and so they only have to deliver a certain level, but
Yes.
they have to deliver a high level of relationship
Right.
and interpersonal skills.
Yes.
So it's not often the work. Sometimes the work can be, and I hate to say this, mediocre.
Yeah.
But the relationship part has to be like mega high.
That's the big thing.
And after going through this, the relationship side is all interpersonal skills.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to say, dude.
Wow.
There is some politics to this space.
But see, I'm glad that we have both. We have good balance of both.
I think we do.
I
think we're badass
hot
designers.
Skills, and plus we're good people to deal with.
And in all fairness, the designers that I'm talking about that I love, and I'm like, fuck, those guys rock.
Yeah.
Man, they could never survive in our space because they don't understand the space.
Yes.
They could show this incredible stuff to our clients, and our clients would be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Too much. You're crazy. Get the fuck out. We're going with these guys. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking on a technical or creative basis. It's absolutely true. But there's a balance. Like you just said, there's a balance.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And that's it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
So all this has led up to alternative names to
soft skills.
Because I know
badass skills.
That was not on the list.
I know,
but I almost like that better.
Well, because I don't know if I like the 3 suggestions. I don't know, man. Come on. Can I make fun of these?
Yeah, totally.
People skills. You need good people skills.
But it is what it is, though. You're talking about people skills.
That sounds 80s, dude. In order to survive in business these days, you need good people skills. Wow, people skills, Dad. I don't have those.
How do I get those, Dad? You see a guy with a big block phone, you know? Yeah. We're talking people skills
here. People skills here, yes. Let's go to the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
Okay.
I would agree with you that.
This one scares me, dude.
Okay, what?
Emotional, intelligent. What is it? Quotient.
Emotional intelligence.
EQ.
Quotient.
This is a hot new term.
Yeah.
I think this is too trendy. And I did look into this EQ shit.
Oh, did you?
And it is exactly what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how design thinking tries to redo.
Right.
This is the design thinking of soft skills.
Soft skills.
So yeah, I'm sorry, but no, man.
And EQ reminds me. You remember when in the 80s, back when your stereo system, you had an
Yes,
equalizer?
of course.
That was EQ.
That was cool back in the 80s.
Totally, right?
Again,
Another 80s
this,
thing.
You know what this does? This gives a little bit more prominence,
Yeah.
a little bit more importance to it.
And it's trendy.
Yeah,
Exactly like you said.
Fair enough. But no, I think
I would agree with you on that one.
EQ on that one.
I don't really like that as much. It sounds fancier than it really is.
Yes.
But it also makes it sound like you're a fucking nerd,
Yes.
or like a brainiac kind of.
Yes, I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong with brainiacs.
I don't know. I don't know if I
but-
can get behind.
Yeah.
Like I mean, again, and I mean,
How about essential skills? Essential skills. Come on, Moss.
Essential skills.
Essential skills.
Essential
These
skills to
are-
be a successful graphic designer.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Right.
That feels weird.
Admittedly,
I know.
It's still milk toast. It's very white.
Yes, yeah.
White bread kind of.
I don't have the answer to this one.
You
dude.
do. You do have the answer.
Badass. But it's badass what? Badass badass personality skill.
Badass skills.
But no, badass skills could also be like that could be mixed up with
It's
technical.
everything, but everything is together with us.
Yeah.
With this is a part 2
Yeah,
of our hard skills.
Yeah, you're right.
So this
We had the hard skills, and not that these are the
be-
soft skills, but I mean these are more interpersonal skills.
Yes.
These are more people skills,
Right.
more life skills.
Oh, you just said
you know
it.
what?
People skills.
People.
Number
no!
3. Oh, I got him. I got him.
Shit. Yeah, you got me.
Oh,
Damn.
snap. No,
Okay. Badass people skills.
Badass people
Well,
skills.
maybe that's what we'll stick with for now.
I like that.
Damn
Badass
it.
people skills.
Badass people skills.
What about badass essential skills?
Badass. Not bad. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
see?
Well,
this is good.
my badass essential skills is being able to pour a good bottle of Writer's Tears at the tail end of this podcast to be
Yes.
like, shit, man, I don't think we're going to have an answer. This
No,
one,
we won't.
we won't. We
You're
need
right.
you guys to reach out, tell us, give us some alternative names for this. Let's brand something else because honestly, soft skills doesn't quite do this enough.
It's terrible.
No,
I like
it is. It
It's
is.
like softcore pornography. Who
Who watches
likes
softcore?
Who likes that? No.
Suckers. Jeez, you're right. You know what?
Right?
Let's get out of the
Bad.
soft skills.
Yeah.
And give us some good suggestions. Because honestly, if you take this shit seriously, I'm more committed to this now than I was before.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah. Okay. You won me over in this podcast legitimately. And fine.
You should have
Let's
seen.
figure
You
this
should
out.
have seen this guy. He's just like everything to get out of it tonight. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, my dog needs to be walked.
no. Because he drinks his bourbon neat. That's why that poor guy.
It's admittedly it's not as exciting as storage or
Fine.
or the fundamentals of this stuff, but it really is
But
important.
you are right. This is important shit, and you're right. Only because I've realized that technical skills is what we talked about before, which is pretty much design technical fundamentals, all that. Own this, and you can advance your skills.
Right.
But this is the shit that it takes years to develop.
Yes.
And you know what? Fine, I recognize that shit.
So let me ask you a
Takes a
question.
long time,
Let me
yeah.
ask you a question
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Who do you think is a better employee? The rock star who doesn't listen to shit, or the person who's not as great as the skills but is listening and is
Dude, hands down, it's that person who's got the willingness to accept criticism, to learn, to be better. The
Right.
one who comes in, I don't care if in the short term
and does
the
the job.
rock star can get me a job or two. I don't give a shit about that,
Yes.
right? Fine, it helps today. But it's that one who's, and we have a couple of these on our tab.
We do.
They start off at here
Yep.
and they're just like, you know what? Give me everything you fucking have. And
I'll
they just
do it.
learn, honestly,
Yes.
and they learn and they grow. And
Yep.
the thing is, you want to invest in them. And I do. I'm just like,
Yeah.
whatever you want, I'll give you.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's
Yeah.
like, you need mentorship, you need advice, you need, this, that, whatever
Yeah.
you need, right?
And they're
It's
open
100%.
to this.
Yeah.
They're totally open to
So
this.
you're right. I think, oh, wow. Like, I mean, I'm totally,
Yeah.
I've done a 360 in this one.
No, that makes me happy.
Or
That-
180 in this one.
Yeah.
I agree. You know what? I think these are actually more important than technical skills because
No.
technical. No. In the sense, technical skills, you can ramp up a designer from like honestly. Okay, so some people,
I
dude,
get it.
some people. Okay, they're not trained designers. They are not trained. They didn't go to school for it. They this, that. They have to learn this shit on the go, right? But it's their own willingness,
Right.
to kind of drive, to push forward, to push through all this shit. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but that's me.
Yeah.
I basically
too.
flipped the bird. You too?
Yeah.
At design school at the beginning?
Well, no, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot, but also I'm not using anything.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? It was
Well,
like,
I basically bounced after
Yeah,
my
you
first
did.
year of
You
graphic
did.
design.
Totally.
And I was like, you know what?
You were the rebel.
Fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are holding me back.
Yes.
And I put up with all this shit myself. And there was nothing that, I did this. I'm not, as some people claim it, classically trained or school trained. I wasn't. I was like, you know what? I'll learn this shit on my own.
Yes.
I want to figure out everything else.
Yes.
And that's what I think this is. So, I hate to
Yeah.
say it, but man, this shit is a lot more important than I gave it credit for. So good on you, dude. Good
but
on you.
know
Good
what?
on you.
And also, I would not to toot my own horn or anything like this, but hard skills you can get better at. Like there's a lot of like I learn something almost every day.
That's the beauty of this space, man. When you got
exactly
young designers with amazing technical skills, you're learning this shit all the time.
This is exactly it. And plus also when there's a problem that comes up, it's like, okay, well, how am I going to figure this out? You ultimately, your tool gives you another facet to it. So there's something
keep in
else.
mind, but when there's a problem to be solved, often the technical ones come to the ones with the strongest soft skills to help them because of experience. Dude, and that's where it's like
counter punch.
This goes both ways. And I think this is the perfect way to end this because again, no matter how good you think you are, you can do a fast motion click logo on Instagram and be like, look at what I can do in 2 minutes. If you can't understand what the customer wants and what they're asking for and what's the best for their industry, you know what? You're just designing art that's flat, that's thin, and honestly won't do them any good.
Nope.
So this, you could argue that at the very least, this is a 50-50 split.
Yep.
But in my opinion, and I hate to say this, but after this episode, I think the soft skills part, I'm leaning. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay, shut up.
The badass.
Shut
skills.
up. The badass skills. The badass people skills.
Yeah, badass people skills. Let's rename this,
whatever
people. Come on.
The badass skills. Give us some ideas. Give us some
please.
names for this.
We want to hear
because
that.
I think that we need to rename this soft skills shit.
I hate it. I hate that name.
I do.
Just every time I see it, it's cringy.
I know. It is cringy. But I mean, again, these are really important. We need to know this shit.
Yes,
so
totally.
fine.
Totally.
Done.
Yeah.
All right. Screw you. I hate you.
This is my last night. I've been fired already. So
next week, we're going to have a new host to the show. Stay tuned.
Shane. It's another homeless person off the street.
All right, everybody, please, by all means, remember, we have a contest going on.
Yes.
Please, by all means, hit us up, give us a review. Don't forget Spotify, Apple, whatever, and you can kind of get in line for some, Apple AirPods, where you can listen to this on the go and laugh and have people think that you're crazy talking to yourself. Please, by all means, share us with everybody that you know. Hit us up on our website, theangrydesigner.com, and join the conversations at Instagram on our Instagram account, the Angry Designer Podcast. Honestly, Instagram is so fun. I mean, the shit that I'm reading, and again, we're smart asses when we reply to this shit. So please, by all means, drop us a line. I think that's it, dude.
I think that was great. Thank you.
I hate to say it, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I hate you on this one.
This is good.
I really didn't want to do this episode, but I'm glad we did. Dude.
We'll see how everybody thinks, what everybody thinks of this.
No, it's a pretty badass one, dude.
I
Good
thought
job.
so too.
Good job. All right, fuck you. My name is Massimo.
And my name is Sean.
Stay creative
And stay angry.
Peace.